Hello! Welcome back. I am continuing on our little journey of going through my favorite vegan options in the parks, and then in general, every single vegan option currently, for the most part, that park is offering as of today, which is October 29th. So please take this with a grain of salt. Things change, and we're gonna dive in. If you're new here, hey, I'm Melissa. I run Vegan Disney World. I started a website back in 2014 when I found out there was no resource for other vegans to figure out what to eat at the parks. And since then, I've been doing that. I have Instagram, I have YouTube now, which is obviously where you're finding me now. But yeah, so in this episode or video or whatever you want to call it, we are going to Hollywood Studios. Now, Hollywood Studios is one of the most vegan-friendly parks, I would say, that we have at Walt Disney World. It has so many vegan options. This is really hard for me to pick like my favorites because they have so many good options, specifically quick service. There are so many vegan options in this park that my list is obnoxious, and you're gonna have some trouble figuring out where you want to eat when you go here because they have some really, really delicious options. So we're gonna just dive on in and then we're gonna hit quick service, and then we're gonna do table service, and then we're gonna hit up the snacks. This is pretty much the same layout I did for my Magic Kingdom video, and then that way you can kind of know where you want to go, because if you're not gonna be eating table service, you can just skip that little section and head right on to the snacks. We are gonna start off with one of the restaurants has been my favorite for years, and they actually recently changed the vegan option here this year, but it's still delicious, so I'm really grateful that it's still one of my favorites. But Docking Bay 7. So this is in Galaxy's Edge at Hollywood Studios, obviously. It is their main quick service location. So they have both indoor and outdoor seating. They have otherworldly food, if you will. So obviously it's supposed to be like fun and like space themed. So the vegan option is a Felucian falafel and hummus garden spread. So the previous version of it used to actually be Impossible meat, and it was like Impossible mixed with quinoa. It was delicious. So over the years, people have been kind of complaining about the vegan options having a lot of faux meat. So I think this was one of those options that they went in and they were like, all right, let's change it and make it actually so it's just from plants in their purest form. So this now is a chickpea falafel. I'm going to read the full thing so that way you are aware of what we're going into. It's got roasted beet hummus and a beet tomato cucumber relish, and that's topped with a garlic sauce, which is purple, super fun. And then it comes with grilled pita. So the beet hummus, whenever this came out, made me a little nervous, and I was afraid that it was going to be very, very beet flavor heavy. But really, I would say it's just beet for coloring. Just tastes like plain hummus. It's delicious. The falafel is nice and fluffy. It's crispy on the outside. It was a great replacement, and I wasn't actually as sad as I thought I was going to be about that going away. Now, there is a vegan side there as well, that they're the crispy herbed yuca. It's delicious. It's they're seasoned. They're very good. They're a nice little snack as well. So if you want to kind of just share both things, you can, if you don't want to go hard on one single meal here, because like I said, there's gonna be a lot of food at Hollywood Studios you might want to eat. Then if you have kids, or if you want to eat a kid-sized portion, actually both of the kids' options are vegan. So the one is the Ithorian pasta rings, so they're just like little pasta wagon wheel situation. And then it's a Impossible meat based like marinara sauce. So that's pretty fun. And then they also have these ones called the Takadana, probably butchered that, veggie dippers. So it's a bunch of vegetables. It comes with this like black bean hummus, and then it even has a vegan ranch on it. So it's really cool that they have a lot of vegan options here, because you have options for you if you've got children with you, or if you just want to eat something more than just vegetables at the time. Options for everyone. So great choice. Again, one of my favorites, always one of my go-tos, even now that it's falafel and no longer Impossible based. Another one of my go-tos is over at Backlot Express. So this actually used to have this really delicious hummus dish that was like my favorite for forever. But whenever they got rid of it, they now have this tofu. It's like a teriyaki tofu bowl, and they have both an adult portion and a kids portion of it, which is really cool. So that way there's an actual proper vegan kids option on the menu here, just like at Docking Bay. So the teriyaki tofu bowl Comes with seasoned jasmine rice, marinated tofu, yuzu pickled edamame, carrots, and cucumber and onions, drizzled with a house-made lemon tahini chipotle vinaigrette topped with sesame seeds. The kids' version is exactly the same. It's just a little bit smaller. It's delicious. It's real food. It's a perfect option on these like super hot days, or if you just want to eat something that's more lighter fare in terms of just like not eating like something fried. It's good. It's easy to get. But you do need to make sure that the restaurant is going to be open if you're trying to go there for dinner. So be sure to check on the app what the hours are for the restaurant that day, because a lot of these restaurants in general, Hollywood Studios, do close early. So you've been warned. So while those two are my favorite, you're going to hear me say I really like this option for like the next like 6 things that I bring up, because everything here is good. I don't think I've ever had a quick service meal at Hollywood Studios that I did not like, period. So we're going to keep going. Now I'm going to lump together 3 locations, but I will make sure you know the names of each of them because they are all located in the exact same area. So over by the Tower of Terror, you will find, I believe it's called Sunset Market. Sunset Market is home to Rosie's All-American Cafe, Catalina Eddie's, and Fairfax Fare. Now, Fairfax Fare and Rosie's both actually have vegan options on their menu. Catalina Eddie's does not. So over at Rosie's, you can find the plant-based lobster roll. This option is so good. It is hearts of palms that have been marinated. It's got celery, sweet apples, and a creamy Old Bay dressing. It's served in this like French roll that is huge, and house-made chips. The only gripe I have with this is it's so hard to eat it. They never put it inside of the roll. It's always like on top of the roll. So when you go to eat it, it just all falls out. But on the plus side, the chips with the lobster filling is so good. It's like little like nachos, basically. It's super good. Additionally, when I went here last year, oh my God, it was last summer now that I think about it, with Gina, who does the gluten-free Disney World, she and I got it made gluten-free. Now the gluten-free one literally comes on like the world's tiniest Bloomfield Farms bun. So the size comparison, in my opinion, is not even close. So if you are gluten-free, I would just skip the bun bread situation, period, and just ask for it slopped on top of your chips, because it's going to be easier to eat and you're going to get more food. Now, in that same vein, talking about being with Gina, we did our video and we were going to eat at Catalina Eddie's as well, because she informed me that Catalina Eddie's has gluten-free crust that is vegan, as well as vegan cheese. Now, it's not listed on their menu at all. It definitely depends on the day, but there is a chance you could get vegan pizza there. But don't sweat it, because if they don't have it, there's another location you can get vegan pizza at Hollywood Studios. So it's an option, but it's not a guaranteed option. Now, the last little option over there in that area for quick service food is Fairfax Fare. Now, Fairfax Fare has gone through the motions over the years. They have had some awful options. I'm looking at you. Hot dog salad, Chicago style hot dog salad. What was that? No, thank you. So last year, I don't know why they still have this, because I said I've never had something I didn't like. I totally forgot about this one, because this one has been deleted through my memory because I hated it. Now, they introduced it, I want to say it was last winter. It could have even been longer than that, but so it's called the plant-based soba noodle salad with chicken. Now, they have the exact same version without the chicken as well, but the chicken is vegan chicken. It's spelled without a C or an E, so you know it's vegan. Now, it comes in a waffle bowl, and it's chilled soba noodles, edamame, red cabbage, red peppers, shredded carrots, celery, green onions, and then it's tossed in a yakisoba sauce, served in a sweet waffle bowl. It's like this big. It could be good, but I have no idea what this thing is. It's not for me. I had it that one time and I will never have it again. So if you're gonna eat over there, go over to Rosie's. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Now we're gonna go back over to Galaxy's Edge because there is another location that has vegan options over there that is called Ronto Roasters. Ronto Roasters opens for breakfast and then they stay open until about like 4-ish in the afternoon. So they say they serve lunch and dinner, but like that's lunch. So their breakfast option is probably one of my favorite quick service type breakfasts that you can get at Walt Disney World, which isn't saying a lot because the only quick service breakfast you can really get at Disney World are at resorts. And this is the only park that has quick service vegan breakfast. But the vegan option here is very good. So it's called the Triple Suns Breakfast Wrap. It comes in the same pita wrap that you will get at lunch as well. And it's got a plant-based egg patty in it, a smoky chickpea onion slaw, and then a roasted tomato sauce on it. It's got a little bit of heat. It's got some nice texture. It's good. It's a really good option. If you don't like spicy food, you might want to omit it. But I really like it. It's not what you would expect. It's a creative option, and they definitely went for like the more unique of flavors in this one. So I really enjoyed that. Now, another option that's offered there for both breakfast, lunch, and dinner is called the Andoan fruit and muja sauce. I'm not sure. So basically it's this little fruit cup and it's got sticks of jicama, cucumber, pineapple, melon, and dragon fruit, and it's doused in a tamarind sauce and then dusted with some peppercorn ash. It's a nice little option. It's a good little snack. The last time I had it with the wrap, and it just made it more of like a proper meal. It's tasty, it's refreshing, it's a good option. You could get it, like I said, all day. So if you just want some fruit, I would go get that one. Now, if you're there for lunch or dinner, again, check the app for dinner time. They have this thing that's called the Zuki wrap. So while Disneyland is graced with the Ronto-less wrap, we get zucchini. It's not my favorite option, but it's not terrible by any means. I know a lot of people who really like it. I just want something that's more hearty than what this is. So it's the pita wrap, or the pita bread. It's got grilled zucchini, the same smoky chickpea onion slaw. It has a creamy garlic tahini sauce and then cilantro on it. It's good, but it's not a meal to me. It's just zucchini. So it tastes good though. And again, creative flavors. So I applaud them for that. So next, let's pop over to Woody's Lunchbox. Woody's Lunchbox is over in Toy Story Land. It is the only quick service offered over there, period. And they offer breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The downside for that for us is that the breakfast option is the same option as the lunch and dinner option. So we just get to eat the same thing all day long, no matter what time you go there, which makes it easy, but also be really nice to have like a real breakfast, but whatever. So the options here are the plant-based tachos, which is pretty much collectively everyone's favorite thing. It's potato barrels covered in a vegan chili with cheese, green onions, and corn chips. And then it also has like a vegan sour cream on it. It's fun. It's definitely like a kid's meal for adults. So that's pretty fun about it. And then it's always tastes good. So there's like nothing wrong with it. It's just, in my mind, I can make that at home. So I'm not always running to get it, but I know everyone seems to love it, and I love that you guys all love it. The other thing there that you can get is called the toasted cheddar sandwich. So it's a vegan grilled cheese. It's got plant-based cheddar on toasted sourdough, and it comes with potato barrels. You can also get that as a kid's option, but you have to order it in person to do so. And then it comes with cutie orange and some potato barrels, and you only get half the sandwich, which is perfect for a kid's option. And it tastes good. It reminds me of like elementary school grilled cheese. So don't expect gourmet, but it hits the spot, you know? All right, we're still going. I told you there's a lot of quick service options here. So over at ABC Commissary, which is it's if you are looking at the Chinese theater where Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway is, it's just directly to your left. So they have had this burger here for years, and it's probably one of the best quick service vegan burgers on property, if you're asking anyone like me. The California burger is what it's called. So it's a Beyond Burger. I'm like 99% sure. It's been a minute since I had it, but I'm pretty sure it's a Beyond Burger. So it's topped with sriracha mustard, which like that alone, thank you, sold. And then it's got a balsamic glazed grilled peppers and onions with a mayo ketchup blend, so a little mayo chip. And it comes with lettuce and tomato, and then you can either have fries or a salad with it. The burger is almost always cooked well. It has good flavor, like that sriracha mustard. I'm like, done, sold. That you could just put that on there and I'd be happy. So it's good. I don't know. It's a little different than other burgers. Instead of just being like lettuce, tomato, pickle, I like that they have the peppers and the onions on it. It's very good. Additionally, there you can get the arugula farro salad. So you can get that as a meal. You can get it as a side. You can get it as a kid's meal. I'm pretty sure last time I looked they had it as a kid's meal. That is arugula farro. It's got Granny Smith apples, dried cranberries, plant-based Parmesan, and pecans tossed up with a Dijon vinaigrette. It's very good. It's a nice lighter option. I really enjoyed it whenever I had it. So if you are in the mood for a little salad, it's more farro than salad if I'm being honest, but it was still very good. Lastly, on our quick service journey is Pizza Rizzo. Pizza Rizzo is in the Muppet Courtyard. It has one vegan option on the menu and then a secret vegan option if you know how to ask. So they have the spicy Italian sausage sub. It says it's oven roasted sweet bell peppers, savory onions, mushroom medley, and a marinara sauce as with a choice of your side, which usually ends up being salad. And they have vegan ranch there. So it's fine. It's not amazing. It's what you expect. It's a Beyond sausage covered in marinara sauce. So, I mean, it's good. It's fine. But again, check their hours because they close super early. But they do also have an off-menu vegan pizza. So you can get it with the gluten-free crust, which is going to be that same cauliflower crust that you can get over at Pinocchio's as well at Magic Kingdom. And then the same one that's at Catalina Eddie's if they have the vegan cheese. It hits the spot, man. Sometimes you just want a little like elementary school level pizza. So, I mean, it's fun. And also if you've never eaten there, please make sure you go upstairs and go to the ballroom because it's a blast. So that's it for quick service locations. Now, like I said, there is a ton of food here. So picking which one you're actually going to want to go eat is really hard because everything sounds good. Again, the only one I would ever be like, please just do not waste your time is at Fairfax Fair. Everything else, you will not be mad that you ate. It's time for table service. There's not as many places here as there was quick service, so this section will be a little bit shorter, but not by much. One of my favorite restaurants, I don't know if it's strictly because of the food or just nostalgia for me because it was a place we always went to on trips when I was a kid, is Sci-Fi Dine-In Theater Restaurant. This restaurant is so cool. You sit in cars and you watch like a movie, like B-movie trailers throughout your entire meal. So it does not matter what time of day you are in there. It is nighttime. It's quiet. It's the quietest restaurant I have ever eaten at Walt Disney World. It is so subdued. It is the vibe, all right? Like it is the easiest place to just go relax. That being said, the food there is banging. So they have an appetizer that is Sci-Fi Impossible nachos. It's fried tortilla chips covered with a black bean and Impossible based chili. It's got an avocado cream, pico de gallo, and cilantro. The first time I got it, I wasn't sure if I was gonna feel like it was missing cheese. And like, I do love a cheese sauce on nachos, but like, these are fine. These are delicious. They're so good. They used to have a really delicious like vegan crab cake appetizer. They have had great food for years. So again, I love it because I love the restaurant's ambiance, but also this food is worth going to. The entree here is called the Flying Saucer Impossible Burger. It's an Impossible Burger topped with a portobello mushroom literally on top of the burger patty. It's got cashew cheese on it. And it has a garlic tomato aioli, pesto, lettuce, and then tomato. It comes with these like huge fries. It's good. It's random and weird, and it totally fits in with everything that's happening around you. It's so good. When I was doing my research for this, they used to have this like pesto pasta. I hated it when I got it. I went last year. Finn and I went and did the Fantasmic Dining package, and we did Sci-Fi for it, and I got that pasta and it was terrible. So I was not sad to see that it has been removed. For dessert, they have a cookie shake. So it's vegan milk topped with like gluten-free vegan cookies, and it has like a coconut whipped cream on it. You can also just get chocolate, vanilla, and I've gotten Oreo shakes in the past as well. For kids, they don't have anything listed, so I have been able to get a kids Impossible Burger for Finn. But that, again, just depends on who you ask. Sometimes you just have to get pasta. So real quick, I'm going to bring up the fact that I said the Fantasmic dining package. So you can dine at every single one of these restaurants that I'm about to mention, including Sci-Fi, and do the Fantasmic dining package. What that means is you pay an upfront cost or use your dining credit, and you end up getting a like ticket to go to Fantasmic, and then you get center seating. So it's like a guaranteed seating location for seeing the nighttime show Fantasmic. So if you have plans to see Fantasmic, book Fantasmic dining, because whether you're on the dining plan or not, it makes it super easy, and you're gonna get the food anyway. So you might as well just pay the cost for that and then have the guaranteed nice seating. So, and you don't have to get there like 45 minutes before the show too. So you could just get to roll up there, grab your popcorn, go sit, and then the show starts. So just so you know. My second favorite table service location is a new one that we literally just went to like 2 months ago. Roundup Rodeo Barbecue in Toy Story Land was amazing. The food was so good. Our service was great. To be fair, we went there right at open, so it wasn't as like people-y. But all the food we ate there was so good, with the exception of one part of the main entree, and that was just had to do with the cooking on it. So we're gonna dive into this. This is a all you care to enjoy family style meal that has a full plant-based version of it. It's so good. So the meal starts with these rolls. The vegan ones are gluten-free. They're the Bloomfield Farm ones, and it comes with a I think it was like a sweet pepper jelly or something. I didn't put it in my notes, but I'm remembering it in my brain. And it was very good. And I love the Bloomfield Farms rolls. So as long as they're warmed up, I'm happy. So starts that way. Then you get the appetizers. Both the appetizers on the menu are vegan as is. So it doesn't matter if you're vegan or not, you're eating it. Ha, surprise. The Rootin' Tootin' tomato salad is one of the starters. It's a tomato and cucumber salad with a white balsamic vinaigrette, and it has some pickled onions in it. Nice and tasty. The Weezy's watermelon salad is just literally watermelon with some fresh mint. Delicious. Great start to a meal. The main entree is called Trixie's Plant-Based Trio. So you get Combat Carlo flour. Okay, get it? It's got a harissa drizzle and a walnut, I'm not going to butcher this, a walnut gremolata on it. So apparently it's gluten-free without the walnuts. But that cauliflower, when we got it, ours was undercooked. The flavor was great, but ours was undercooked. So I think if it was cooked properly, this would have been like 10 out of 10, but we're giving it a 9. It comes with bratwurst and then a rip roar and rib chop, which is like this impossible meat on a stick. It was very strange, but it tasted good. So that's all that matters. You also get 3 barbecue sauce containers on your table. So it was like a sweet, a regular, and a spicy one, I believe. All of them are vegan. I had them double checked. None of them contained honey. For the sides with your main entree, you get potato barrels. They have the claw veggie slaw, buck and baked beans, which had jackfruit in it, which was kind of fun. So it looked like it was like pulled pork or whatever. I don't know. What meat do people put in beans? I don't know. And then they have a corn on the cob that can be made vegan if they just do it without the butter. Easy peasy. The dessert here was so good. It's called Gruff's peach strawberry pie. It was just a little guy in a little mason jar. So good. We ended up getting 2 of those despite how full we both were, but it was so good. I looked like it was gonna be gelatinous. It's not. It's sweet. It's very good. The whole meal here was so easy. We got our food so fast, and everything was good. So great option, especially if you want to do like a family style thing. It's not a character meal, so while you'll hear the sounds of Toy Story characters, you will not physically see any. Now, speaking of character meals, there is a great one available in Hollywood Studios. Now, I've only personally done the breakfast, but I have heard that the lunch/dinner is also very good. So I'm going to talk on behalf of the breakfast experience, and then I will let you know what is available for lunch and dinner. So back in the spring, Susanna from Vegan Disney Food and I went to Hollywood and Vine for breakfast. So it's like a Disney Junior breakfast. So it's very funny to be 2 adult women going to this without children. But it was Goofy, Doc McStuffins, Vampirina, and Fancy Nancy. So It's definitely very younger kid centered, but that's fine. The food was delicious, and that's what matters. So the vegan options there are a plant-based egg frittata that's got like a little tomato jam on it. They have allergy waffles upon request. They can also do a vegan omelet if you ask, which is really cool. They have like an avocado spread for bagels or various breads if you check. They've got fruit, potato barrows, oatmeal, and then they have the apple crisp dessert, which is the same one that's offered at another restaurant, which is like one of my absolute favorite desserts. So the fact that I could just get as much of that as I wanted was a win. The whole meal was great. The character interactions were great. I don't know if it's because we went towards the end of the breakfast time, so it wasn't that busy. They came by our table so many times. So we had a good time. The food was delicious, and I would definitely recommend it if you're looking for a character breakfast inside of a park. That might be one of my favorite ones. Now, having looked at the menu online, they don't always label everything that's plant-based when I look on the website. So I'm only gonna say the ones that are specifically labeled as plant-based for lunch and dinner, but I'm gonna guarantee there are way more options than what I'm saying. So it says online, they have a beet salad, a pasta salad, a roasted mushroom farro risotto, and crispy tofu with an Asian glaze. I'm sure they have fresh fruit. You can probably make your own salad. They probably have a bunch of other random like steamed vegetables, breads, things like that. So even though I only said 5 things, they probably have way more than that, because I think the breakfast one online literally just says that they have the frittata and like the apple crisps. So just know that there's always more options, and then you can always speak with the chef at the buffets as well, and then they are always more than willing to help accommodate you and make sure that you are as full as everyone else. Now to the restaurant that also has that apple crisp. Next door is 50's Primetime Cafe. Now 50's Primetime Cafe is a hit or miss for people in terms of the atmospheric experience. Now, the best way to explain it is when you're there, you're like dining in someone's kitchen, and your server is like your cousin or whatever. So sometimes they have some banter that you might not be super into. You might be super into it as well. Just depends. Just here to warn you, they might shame you if you don't finish your plate. If that's something that you don't want to be around, you can just let them know usually, and they're like chill with that, but just warning. But the food there is good, so that's good at least. The appetizer is called Cousin Amy's romaine wedge salad. It's a wedge salad. It's got a vegan ranch on it, and then it used to have like rice paper bacon, but I don't know if it still does. It's been a couple years since Corey and I went here. It was a good wedge salad when we had it, so I would assume it's on the same vein of where it is. It now says that it's a roasted red pepper ranch dressing, so I don't know what that means because I've never had a roasted red pepper ranch dressing before, but I guess I need to go again. The entree that is vegan has changed slightly since I went. It's called Cousin Harold's rigatoni pasta, and now it says it's with mixed vegetables and chickpeas. When we went, it was like vegan chicken in it, and it was like spicy for some reason. So I don't know if it still has vegan chicken or it's not listed. Sometimes menus are weird, but it says it's got chickpeas in it now. So the vegetables always change. The price on this one used to always change too. It used to just say it was like market value, which is very strange because that's usually something that's used for fish and not vegan options, but I don't work there, it's fine. But the real winner here is the traditional warm apple crisp a la mode. So you can get it as just the warm apple crisp, which is the same thing that's offered at Hollywood Vine, or you can get it with vegan ice cream, which is what I would recommend doing. So it's warm apple crisp, and it's got like oats on it and stuff, and then the warm or the cold ice cream like melts. Oh, it's so good. So if you're gonna go here, you have to get dessert. It's required. All right, next up is over around Muppet Courtyard. It's called Mama Melrose Restaurant Italiano. I have not eaten here in a couple of years. I'll explain why. But it has nothing truly to do with the actual food here, but you'll understand when I get there. So they recently just added an additional vegan appetizer. So we have 2 appetizers here. The new one is called the Tuscan white bean puree. It's got roasted garlic and eggplant, fresh herbs, chili oil, and then it comes with focaccia. Princess and the Bear just went. I was talking to Princess. She said it was delicious. So I do have to suck it up and go here soon because it sounds really good. but I need to try that. Additionally, they also have a minestrone soup that's vegan. So if you are into soup, you can get that. Now, the reason I haven't been there in a really long time was a couple of years ago, we went while we were on a trip, like we stayed at the cabins, and I got some sort of stomach bug, and the last thing I ate was here. So if you've ever had a stomach bug and had a food that you liked and then now you can't eat it, now you understand. So the entree here is called the polenta cake, mushroom, and herbed cauliflower. It's so good. It's polenta, and it's got sauteed mushroom, spinach, red pepper, and cashew cheese sauce, and then this whole roasted cauliflower. It's so good. It's delicious. I can no longer eat it. So if you can still eat it, please go. But my body rejects the idea of ever wanting to deal with that again. And then for dessert, they have a cherry chocolate cake, which is a plant-based chocolate cake with a morello cherry pomegranate molasses sauce. So that sounds delicious. Like I said, it's been several years since I went here, but I know in the past I was able to get pasta for Finn when he was really little, and then they used to also be able to make one of the flatbreads vegan. So I'm not 100% sure if that's still the case, but they might still be able to do that, so it's always worth asking. But yeah, I hope what happened to me never happens to you. The last restaurant is actually one I've never been to, and I am planning on going soon, but they are one of the only restaurants that ever changes their menu seasonally, and I know that the second I go there, they're gonna change their menu the next day. So I have been waiting until the next menu change, and then I will go. But it is the Hollywood Brown Derby. So the Hollywood Brown Derby is a signature dining restaurant, which means that if you are doing the Disney dining plan, this is going to be 2 dining credits for your meal. I want to eat here so bad, but I don't want the menu to change. So the appetizer sounds so good. It's chorizo spice mushroom croquettes. It's got pickled onions, mixed herbs, chili threads, and a garlic cream. It looks so good. Whenever I've seen Princess and Susanna get this, because they both love to go to Hollywood Brown Derby, it looks so good, but I have not had it, and maybe someday I'll get it. Maybe I won't. We'll find out. The entree there is a shepherd's pie. It's got black lentils, truffle mashed potatoes, and then glazed summer vegetables. See, it says summer, so it might change. I've heard it's good, but not as good as the one at Raglan Road. So if you are a avid shepherd's pie eater, the Raglan Road one is top tier. The one from Hollywood Brown Derby is second, and then the third one is the one that's at Rose and Crown in Epcot. So just so you know. And then the dessert here is an orange hazelnut chocolate cake. It's a chocolate olive oil cake, which if it's anything like the olive oil cake at Trattoria California, sign me up. It's got hazelnut cream, a coffee whipped cream, praline cookie crumble, an orange panna cotta, and chocolate sauce. So like that sounds delicious. But maybe someday I'll try it. I'm just waiting to see if that entree changes and then I'll give it a try. We are in the home stretch. We are moving on to snacks. So just like the other Disney parks, you can find Mickey pretzels everywhere, the vegan popcorn as well. So there are those around. You can also head over to Ice Cold Hydraulics, which is a brand new little snack stand. And they have cotton candy as well as like the little frozen lemonade cups. So they have the Mickey pretzels, popcorn, cotton candy, and frozen lemonade. They might also have the strawberry bars. But this is over if you're heading over to Muppet Courtyard, it's over there. So that's an option. If you are in the mood for some ice cream, you can head over to Hollywood Scoops, which is right where Fairfax Fair is and the Tower of Terror. So on the online menu, it does blatantly say that they have plant-based, this is like plant-based frozen dessert. They have chocolate and vanilla tofutti, but the actual physical board does not say anything about it. So when you go there, you need to specify that you need the vegan one. They have to call a coordinator. They are not allowed to scoop it without a coordinator. So the coordinator will come get it. They'll do it for you. It might take them a couple extra minutes because of that, but they do have it. And then when I last checked, which was literally 2 weeks ago, the cone there is vegan as well. So it didn't contain honey. But if you want to double check, I always recommend that because they change their suppliers all the time. My personal favorite go-to snack is over at Baseline Tap House, which is like a little beer garden that's across from Star Tours and Sci-Fi. So it's like next to Sci-Fi. It used to be called the Writer's Stop, Writer's Block, Writer's Stop. If you are an old school Disney person, you know where I'm talking about. But they have a Bavarian pretzel that is so good. It's huge. It's like this big. You can get it without cheese and just get 2 things, a mustard, and it's vegan. They also have spiced almonds. So great little snack area. Their beers, they don't really change them, so it's pretty easy to look on Barnivore and see what's vegan. But they do also have a really delicious, I think it's strawberry aqua fresca right now that is so good. Strawberry hibiscus, super good. So yeah, that's our go-to. We pretty much cannot go to Hollywood Studios and not have a break at Baseline because everyone in my family requires that pretzel. All right, I have 3 more places to talk about, but they are all in Galaxy's Edge. So the first one is Oga's Cantina. Oga's Cantina is the bar that you have to have a reservation to go into. They have food there that is vegan. It's super good. It's called Batu Bits. I got it with Gina when we did our gluten-free video last year. It's got a bunch of like dried vegetable crisp things and then this like spiced dip. It's really good. It's a perfect little snack. And also I just want to give a warning about their drinks. Not every drink they have there is vegan. A couple of them are very obvious that they contain dairy and some of them aren't. I know that there's one that's got half and half in it, so obviously it says that on the menu. And then there are some that have it mixed in and other things. So if you are unsure specifically getting a mixed drink, just ask. A coordinator will come out and give you the information. But I know there's one drink in particular that I can't think of the name, but it's got like a fruit syrup of some sort and it contains dairy in that syrup. So just be warned that not all their drinks are vegan. And also check about the bobas if you're there, because the last time I was told they had gelatin. So the next stop is going to be the milk stand. So the milk stand has blue and green milk and they're both vegan. They're a mix of like rice and coconut milk. They do contain oats, so if you are gluten-free, I would skip them. But you're either like team blue or you're team green. There's no way to explain it. You either just like the blue one or you like the green one. The green one is my family's personal favorite. It's more like citrusy and tropical, and the blue one tastes kind of like, I think someone said one time they compared to like bubble gum or something like that. And I was like, yeah, that's it. But it's more like fruity in a floral sense, whereas the green one is more like citrus. I hope that makes sense. But they're fine. They're good. I mean, they're cute little drink to get. Not my favorite, not a go-to every time, but Finn likes the green one, so we occasionally have to get one of those. And then last is Katsaka's Kettle. So Katsaka's Kettle is kind of hidden. It's like by Ronto Roasters where the little market is. They have a popcorn that's vegan. It's called the Outpost Popcorn Mix. It's like a sweet and spicy mix. It's very good. So that is always an option as well. Different popcorn, not the usual Disney popcorn, and it's space themed. So that is it for Hollywood Studios as of today, October 29th. If things change, it was after October 29th. I hope you enjoyed this. It was a lot. I told you it was a lot of food here. There are no bad options except for the thing at Fairfax Fair. But yeah, so thank you for following along. If you would like to help support me in trying all of this food, I have some links below. I have my Buy Me a Coffee / Mickey Pretzel thing where you can just send, it's like $5. Or I also have linked my Amazon associate account as well. So it'll take you to this fan. You don't have to buy the fan. But if you purchase anything through that link, then I get commission from your sale, like whatever you bought. So if you want to help me and support me and literally not actually send me money, all you have to do is click that little link that's down there. So again, thank you so much for watching. At some point I will do the other parks, likely Animal Kingdom next, because Epcot is going to take even longer than this one. So I hope you enjoyed. Have a great day.